Hi everyone, this is Ms. Cho with lesson 2.10, Finding Average Rate of Change. This is a must-do lesson. Our aim is how can we find and interpret the average rate of change of data in different representations, and our learning objective is I can find the average rate of change from a graph, a table, and a function. In middle school, you learn about the rate of change of lines, or the slope. And you found this by taking 2 points, this with x1, y1, and x2, y2, and you said slope was equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And you found that no matter what 2 points you chose, you would always get the same slope because they all lie in the same line. In Algebra 1, we're dealing with different kinds of functions that aren't linear, and so there isn't one slope for the whole graph. You might say, well, if I look at these 2 points, the slope is like this. But if I look at these 2 points, the slope is like this. Or I could look at this point, and the slope is like that. There's not one slope for the entire function because it changes depending on which 2 points you pick. So when we do this, when we take 2 points and we say, you know what, I'm going to ignore everything else that happens in between, and I just want to know the slope between these 2 points. This is called the average rate of change. And we use the same formula. This is average rate of change is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But you can see, depending on what points you choose, you're going to end up with different slopes. How can we find average rate of change from a graph? This is a graph that shows the daily high temperatures in the Bronx in October 2020 from weather.com. So the question is, what is the average rate of change in temperature from October 3rd to October 9th? The first thing I want to do is write my average rate of change formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. In order to find this, I need to know x1, x2, y1, y2. And so I'm going to label my x1 and my x2 and find them on the graph. October 3rd, so x1, and October 9th, this is my x2. And to find the y's that go with it, I'm just going to read off the graph. So I can see that this is my y1, and I can see that this is my y2. Once I have all my points, I can plug into the formula. So y2, according to my graph, is 70, y1 is 67. These are degrees. And then my denominator x2 is 9 minus 3, and these are days. And so this is 70 minus 60 is 3 degrees over 6 days, which is equal to 0.5 degrees per day. To answer part B, was the average rate of change from October 24th to October 30th. This is my x1, and then October 30th is my x2. So I'm going to label them here on my graph. And then I'm just going to look up to find my y1 and my y2. And so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is 46 minus 69 degrees over 30 minus 24 days, negative 23 over 6 days, which is negative 3.83 degrees per day.